Okay, so here's my example of what I want you to do for this intro activity. Here are some things about me. I love the East Coast. I ended up marrying an East Coaster, and so then I fell in love with the East Coast. And the first summer that we were out there together, we lived in this RV for the summer. It's a long story. And he taught me how to play cribbage. So here I am the first time, very excited. The first time I ever beat him at cribbage. I don't think it's even happened since. I'm not very good at that game, but I do try. Here I am on skis. You might be able to tell by my general posture and body language that I'm not a good skier, but I do enjoy it, and I do actually recommend it as a winter activity that is very helpful in terms of improving your mental and psychological well-being when we're not getting a lot of daylight and vitamin D and we're not necessarily outside a whole lot. It really is, it's great. I can't wait to teach my daughter to ski. I think that's happening next winter. It'll be awesome. Here is one of my favorite places on the planet. This is a friend of mine's cottage in Quebec, where I go family day weekend, so it looks a lot different then, and also in the summer normally. And there's 3 of us girls and our kids that go, and we call it, well, my friend's daughter Julia always calls it, "This is the life." She always jumps in the big chair that's in the cottage and says, "This is the life." So that's what we call it because we love it so much. It's just so relaxing. Time stands still. We just have the best time. This is something that surprised me. I am really quite skilled at making Christmas cards for people. This is all sort of done by hand, punching things out, coloring things in, adding glitter, layering up the paper. We have all this this stash of equipment and supplies and stuff, a few friends of mine. And we will go away for a weekend, bring all of our stuff, and just card make for 2.5 days, which may sound really kooky and geeky, but I don't care. It's awesome. We have a really great time. We laugh till we ache. All of our skills improve because we look at each other's stuff. It's a great lesson in learning. My skills have been improving year by year because I've stuck with it. I persevered. Okay, here is my lovely daughter. This is Isabel in all her glory. So this is one of the important things for me these days. She's not very old here. She's almost a year old there. She just doesn't often, she's getting better, but she often didn't, she always have this very serious look on her face. She still is fairly serious, but she's loosening up a bit. Here we are at Rib Fest about a year or so ago, maybe a year and a, no, last year maybe, in her gorgeous dress with rib sauce all over it. Love that. This is out east. This is why we go east, because the view is just unbeatable. And here we are. It was we ended up in cottage country in the fall for some reason. On our way back, we stopped at, I forget what it's called, but sort of a very famous burger joint, and she was loving her, I think it might have been one of her first chocolate shakes. Okay, in terms of what I'm interested in the course, or which unit I would be interested in, the first unit is all about family life. So I just sort of put in some pictures of the different versions of family and what families do. So this family is praying together, so religious observance, passing on traditions from generation to generation to generation. What must family life have been like in this circumstance, right? It must have been really, really tense to even try and keep a group of people together and a unit together. I saw this photo and I thought, wow, what kind of a journey must this have been? How much work and stress and aggravation, and how many forms would you have had to fill out, and how many different things would you have had to do to get to this, for these 2 guys to get to this place? It must be quite something. And then, you know, families sometimes have challenges. A very good friend of mine has a son, much like probably this young man, who has a whole host of challenges, and will always have a lot of those challenges. And sort of, how do you manage that? How do you look to their future, and what do you prepare them and yourselves for? And how do you even go about that in a circumstance that is not necessarily typical or what you might have expected? So families sometimes are what can get us through tough things and challenges. So yeah, Unit 1, I think, would be interesting. All right, do something similar, post it in the classroom. We'll look at each other's and get a consensus of what we think. Bye.